Hare Krishna, Sakshi Mataji, let me know when you want me to start.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, can you see the screen?
Yes, we can. Should I
Mataji,
start
whenever
now?
you're ready. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. You're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 5, Text 1. Sutta Uvacha Athatam Sukham Asina Upasinam Brashravah Devarshi Praha Viparshim Veena Pani Samyayan Iva.
Translation. Suta Goswami said, thus the sage amongst the god Narada, comfortably seated and apparently smiling, addressed the rishi amongst the Brahmanas, Vedavyas.
Text 2. Narada Uvacha Parasharya Mahabhaga Bhavata Kachid Atmana Paritusyati Sharira Atma Mansa Eva Va.
Translation. Addressing Vyasadeva, the son of Parashara, Narad inquired, are you satisfied by identifying with the body or the mind as objects or of self-realization?
Text 3. Chigyasitam susampanam apite mahad adbhutam kritavan bharatam yashtvam sarvartha paribrimmitam.
Translation. Your inquiries were full and your studies were also very fulfilled. And there is no doubt that you have prepared a great and wonderful work, the Mahabharata, which is full of all kinds of Vedic sequences elaborately explained.
Text 4. Jigyasitam adhitam cha brahma yattat sanatanam tathapi sochasya atmanam akrartha eva prabho.
Translation. You have fully delineated subjects of impersonal Brahman as well as the knowledge derived therefrom. Why should you be despondent in spite of all this, thinking that you are undone, my dear Prabhu?
Vyasa uvacha asatyave me sarvam idam tvayoktam tathapi natma paritushyate me tanmulam avyaktam agada bodham prachamay tvatma bhavatma bhutam.
Translation. Shri Vyasadeva said, all you have said about me is perfectly correct. Despite all this, I am not pacified. I therefore question you about the root cause of my dissatisfaction. For you are a man of unlimited knowledge due to your being the offspring of one Brahma who is self-born without mundane father and mother.
Text 6. Sarve bhavan veda samasta guhyam upasito yat purusha purana paravareshu manaseva vishvam srijati avyati ati gunir asangah.
Translation. My Lord, everything that is mysterious is known to you because you worship the creator and destroyer of the material world and the maintainer of the spiritual world, the original personality of Godhead, who is transcendental to the three modes of material nature.
Text 7. Tvam Tan arka iva trilokim antascharo vayur ivatma shakshi paravare brahmani dharmato vrataha snatasya me nyunam alam chakshashva.
Sorry. Translation. Like the sun, your goodness can travel everywhere in the three worlds. And like the air, you can penetrate the internal region of everyone, such as you are as good as the all pervasive supersoul. Please, therefore, find out the deficiency in me. Despite my being absorbed in transcendence under disciplinary regulations and vows.
Text 8. Sri Narad Uvacha Bhavatánudita prayam yasho bhagavato malam yena vasu natushyata manye tad darshanam khilam.
Translation. Shri Narad said, "You have not actually broadcast the sublime and spotless glories of the personality of Godhead. That philosophy which does not satisfy the transcendental senses of the Lord is considered worthless."
Text 9. Yatha dharmadyaschartha munivaryanukirtita na tatha vasudevasya mahima hi anuvarnitaha.
Translation. Although great sage, you have very broadly described the four principles beginning with religious performances. You have not described the glories of the Supreme Personality, Vasudeva.
Text 10. Na yadvachaschitrapadam harer yasho jagat pavitram pragnita karhich tadvayasam tirtham ushanti manasa na yatra hamsa nirmante ushikshaha.
Translation. Those words which do not describe the glories of the Lord, who alone can sanctify the atmosphere of the whole universe, are considered by saintly persons to be like unto a place of pilgrimage for crows. Since the all perfect persons are inhabitants of the transcendental abode, they do not derive any pleasure there.
Text 11. Tadvad visargo janataga viplavo yasmin prati shlokam abhaduvate api namne anatasya yasho nikitani yat shranvanti gayanti grananti sadvaha.
Translation. On the other hand, that literature which is filled with the transcendental glories of the name, fame, forms, pastimes, etc., of the unlimited Supreme Lord is a different creation, full of transcendental words directed towards bringing about a revolution in the impious lives of this world's misdirected civilization. Such transcendental literatures, even though imperfectly composed, are heard, sung, and accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest.
Text 12. Nishkarmayan api achyuta bhava varjitam Nashobate jnanam alam niranjanam kuta puna shashvat abhadram ishvare na charpitam karma yad api akaranam.
Translation. Knowledge of self-realization, even though free from all material affinity, does not look well in devoid of a conception of the infallible God. What, then, is the use of fruitive activities, which are naturally painful from the very beginning and transient by nature, if they are not utilized for the devotional service of the Lord?
Text 13. Atho mahabhago bhavan amogadrak suchi shrava satyarato dhrita vrataha Urukramashya kila bandha muktaye samadhi nanushmaratad cheshtitam.
Translation. Oh, Vatsya, your vision is completely perfect. Your good fame is spotless. You are formed in vow and situated in truthfulness. And thus you can think of the pastimes of the Lord in trance for the liberation of the people in general from all material bondage.
Text 14. Tathonyata kinchana yad vivakshataha prathak trishastat krita rupa namabihi na karihi chit kvapi cha dushishitamatir labheta vatata nor ivaspadam.
Translation. Whatever you desire to describe that is separate from the Lord simply reacts with different forms, names, and results to agitate the mind, as the wind agitates a boat which has no resting place.
Text 15. Juryapishtam dharma kriti nushashtaha स्वभावा रक्तस्य महान् व्यातिक्रमः वक्यतो धर्म इति तार स्थितो न मान्यते तस्य निवारण जानः.
Translation. The people in general are naturally inclined to enjoy, and you have encouraged them in that way in the name of religion. This is verily condemned and is quite unreasonable because they are guided under your instructions. They will accept such activities in the name of religion and will hardly care for prohibitions.
Text 16. विचक्षणो सह्यार्ति वेदितुं विभुर अनन्तपरातया निवृत सुखम् प्रवर्तमानस्य गुणैरनात्मनस् तथो भवान् दर्शया चेष्टितं विभो.
Translation. The Supreme Lord is unlimited. Only a very expert personality, retired from the activities of material happiness, deserves to understand this knowledge of spiritual values. Therefore, those who are not as well situated due to material attachment should be shown the ways of transcendental realization by your goodness through descriptions of the transcendental activities of the Supreme Lord.
Text 17. Tyaktva swadharmam charanam bhujam harer bhajanan apakvota pate tato yadi yatra ka vabhadaram abhyud amushya kim ko vartha apto bhajatam swadharmatah.
Translation. One who has forsaken his material occupations to engage in the devotional service of the Lord may sometimes fall down while in an immature stage. Yet there is no danger of his being unsuccessful. On the other hand, a non devotee, though fully engaged in occupational duties, does not gain anything.
Text 18. Tasyaiva hetu prayeteta kovido na labhyate yad brahmatmam upare ada tallabhyate dukhavad anyata sukham kalena sarvatra gobhira ramhasa.
Translation. Persons who are actually intelligent and philosophically inclined should endeavor only for that purposeful end which is not obtainable even by wandering from the topmost planet, Brahmaloka, down to the lowest planet, Patala. As far as happiness derived from sense enjoyment is concerned, it can be obtained automatically in course of time, just as in course of time we obtain miseries even though we do not desire them.
Text 19. Na vai jano jatu kathanchana vrejan Mukunda sevya anyavad anga samsritam Smaran mukunda anigra upaguhanam punar Vihatum ichena rasa graho janaha.
Translation. My dear Vyasa, even though a devotee of Lord Krishna sometimes falls down somehow or other, he certainly does not undergo material existence like other fruitive workers, etc. Because a person who has once relished the taste of the lotus feet of the Lord can do nothing but remember that ecstasy again and again.
Text 20. Idam hi vishwam bhagwan ivittaro yato jagat sthana nirodha sambhavah tadhi syayam veda bhavam tathapite pradesham matram bhavata pradarshitam.
Translation. The Supreme Lord, personality of Godhead, is himself this cosmos, and still he is aloof from it. From him only has this cosmic manifestation emanated. In him it rests, and unto him it enters after annihilation. Your good self known all about this. I have given only a synopsis. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone. I think we need to stop over here.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much for your wonderful recitations. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Naraskritya Naram cha eva narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Shratam Swakatah Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridayantastaya Bhadrani Vidnoti Suhitsatam Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So we're reading from Canto first. Okay, host, disciple, participations. Can somebody help me to let me share my screen, please? Or else I can just read the verses, it's okay. So we're reading from chapter 5 of Canto 1, verse number 16. Vikshano asyarati veditam vibho Anant parasya nivrittitah sukham Pravartamanasya guneranatmana Istatho bhavan darshya cheshtitam vibho Vichakshano asyarati veditam vibho Ananta parasya nivrittitah sukham Pravartamanasya guneranatmana Istatho bhavan darshya cheshtitam vibho Vikshashano asya harati viditam vibhor anantaparasya nivartitah sukham pravartamanasya guner anatmanas tato bhavan darashya cheshtitam vibhoha tato bhavan darashya cheshtitam vibhoha. Synonyms. Vikshashanaha, very expert. Asya, of him. Arhati, deserves. Veditum, to understand. Vibhoha, of the Lord. Anantaparasya, of the unlimited. Nivrattitaha, retired from. Sukham, material happiness. Pravartamanasya, those who are attached to. guneha, by the material qualities, anat manah, devoid of knowledge in spiritual value. Tataha, therefore, bhavan, your goodness, darashya, show the ways, chestitam, activities, vibhoha of the Lord. Translation and purport. By His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Supreme Lord is unlimited. Only a very expert personality, retired from the activities of material happiness, deserves to understand this knowledge of spiritual values. Therefore, those who are not so well situated due to material attachment should be shown the way of transcendental realization. By your goodness, through